Hello there world, this is Dark Art Pro. Hello there YouTubers, this is Dark Art Pro in the studio on a lovely day in Lancashire, and I'm just very excited because I'm starting a new project. As promised, I finished that little T5 fuel flap. It's now driving around down south around there somewhere, so keep your eye out for it. Little Maori thing, love doing that, really cool. But as I promised, I've got two bonnet jobs on the go, and this one, well, not on the go at the same time because that'd be very, very difficult and a lot of concentration needed. First one is this beautiful T5 bonnet. It's going to be, I don't know if you can recognise it so far, it's going to be Beauty and the Beast, which I'm really excited about because I like a good monster, and he's kind of like a cool monster, so I've got him roaring, and I've only just started really mapping this out, so it's very, very early doors, so it's nothing fine detail going in at the moment. It's just sort of me making a place where I can place the image and then figure out what I'm going to do next. This is mostly freehand. Well, it is freehand, not mostly. It is freehand. I've just mapped the face out, getting this core sort of like features where they are, and then I've sort of like moved on to the horns up here. I did mask that off a little bit just because I wanted some crisp edges there. Yeah, but so far really pleased. There's no black on this at all yet. I'm just going for using the black at the back because this has been taken down. It's been clear coated and then take it down again, and so yeah, I'm just adding now. So when it goes back, if I just clear coated that, it'd be all lovely in black. It looks like it's all manky, but it's not. It's black. And as soon as I clear coat it, it's go all lovely and shiny. So yeah, so this is really, really cool progress today. I've sort of like put a lot of effort in trying to just get it on here, because that's what I find with any sort of big bonnet job or anything like that, is just actually getting the paint on and getting started and getting where you want things. Now with this, I am also going to place a smaller image just to the side here of Beauty, and I'm going to have a nice red rose, holding a red rose there hopefully. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure yet how big it's going to be. It's just like in the background really, because he's the main dude in the stage. So yeah, so I'm really pleased that that's happened there. So Beauty's probably going to go about here, around here, and then it's going to flash a red. That's the only colour that's going to be on here because it's going to be completely monochrome. So yeah, I didn't really want to go into how I've sort of like put this. I've sketched before and you've seen me mapping out, and the fact is I need to get on with it. You know what I mean? So I've been using my lovely Micron, which is here, just to map out as well. I have been using my HPC a little bit. I have recently just fixed my Infinity. I don't know if you've seen it there. It's nozzle. It's kind of like a common thing, I think. The nozzle went in the front of the airbrush there. You can't see it because I've just put it back together. It does split. I think the new ones are tight. Oh, they might be even titanium now, so that's pretty cool. I'm still not 100% with this. I think what we're going to do, we're going to mod it. There was a modification so I don't get any lag on the trigger, because it's a beautiful airbrush. It's got really fine lines. I think it's 1.5 or something. It's a really fine needle. So we'll explore this on this piece when I do some more painting, but at the moment I'm just mapping it out, and I don't want to use that until I do this modification so I don't get any lag. And all you're doing is adding two little like kind of like plastic rings that go on the end of this little aperture in there, so you don't get any lag at all, so it just fills that gap. But I'll explain more once we do it. But in the meantime, I'm loving working on this. So what I'm doing is I'm building texture very, very slowly and very, very methodically. It is hair. Hair is quite a bit of a nightmare because it's lots of it. So what I'm doing is just adding texture, adding a bit more hair as you go. You can see these little bits down here. So his face has got all this hairy bit area, and this area here is more like a jacket. So he's quite a big, bulky sort of guy, really stocky. So yeah, so I think I just thought I'd do a little short video just to introduce what I'm doing, and then as it progresses, I'll do some more. But I'll chat a bit more about it as we go. The eyes need a lot of work on yet, but I'm going to leave them for a moment. I'm just going to add some more texture on the chin and around the ear, and a bit more hair coming off the top there, and I want to kind of link this a bit more across the top. This is quite highlighted up here. Yeah, so I hope everyone's alright. I'm glad I'm back in the studio. You might see a bit of my face. Oh my god, I'm not very keen on showing myself on the camera, so you might see a bit of the side of my face, and if you do, I apologise for that. But at the moment as well, you see it's very, very white. But what will happen is, like when I've talked about former pieces, I sort of like, it's like carving in, so it's like getting into focus. So I'll probably go very, very bright, and then I'll start adding some darker areas, and it'll sort of push it back again until we get it right where we want it to be. But this is going to be a long process, this one, I feel. But yeah, so I'm going to work on some small areas here, just adding more and more. It's going to be a bit of these pieces that takes a long time, because hair is effort. I don't put all individual lines in, but it does take a bit of a while to get it where we want it to be. So I hope everyone's okay. Lovely to be back on YouTube again with my millions of followers. Or, well, maybe not, but I just appreciate people following me. That's really nice. I mean, because it just says a lot, doesn't it? It says that you're interested in art, you're interested in airbrushing, and maybe that I'm helping a little bit there. So I'm quite loose with airbrush at the moment. I'm not tucking in too tight. I'm just basically just free flowing a bit there. The hair sort of stops around this area here where I'm going now. Just add a few more bits. So I'm just bringing it around a little bit. I'm not even using a reference here. I've got it, so I'm kind of very happy with it. These are cloak areas. So a cloak area is just like lots of folds in it, and I'll show you how to do those folds even more. But it's just, at the moment, it's just laying down some paint really and getting me where I want to be. There's a lot more detail to go all on these horns here, because they're kind of a bit reptile-y in some ways. I don't know if you bits in horns on sheep and you go walking or something like that, you see them, they're quite detailed. But all that detail's later, so like I'm saying, it's just laying down some paint really. Let's go around here. He's such a good looking chap, isn't he? So I hope everyone's alright. I hope everyone's maybe getting on with some projects. I'm really into my stuff at the moment, so I can't help myself. I'm just getting excited. Let's put some paint on here. Once I've done this bonnet, which is obviously a way off yet, I've got another one. If you can see it behind, I don't think you can you? So I've got a white, another T5 bonnet there. Oh, and that's going to be a cool one. It's going to be close to my heart. That one of the classic sort of bonnet. I won't tell you what it is now because it's very exciting. But this is a really kind of treat for me as well. So all I'm doing is adding texture, smaller lines. You might not be able to pick it up on there. I hope you can. Maybe we should get a better video sort of thing. I'm just adding more and more hair. And this will take a while. These are brighter than you think. I know it's dark in there. Okay, adding a little bit of texture. I've got all quiet. Loving my new compressor, absolutely brilliant. 100 litres of goodness. I can airbrush all day without charging it. I just absolutely so stoked for that. Very, very cool. It's got like a beardy bit down here. As you see, I don't really stay on one area. I mean, a lot of people do. I've seen some really guys that they'll get a grid on a reference, and they'll put a grid on there, and then they'll do one little square at a time, bring it across. So it's so, I mean, that's great if you want to do that, but I think sometimes it's just good to be free. Because I get frustrated when I get sort of like areas I can't see. And airbrushing should be free, I think. It's kind of got that nice vibe to it. But I'm kind of pleased the way that it's sort of like beginning to sort of look. The nose needs some work here, as you can see. There's a few little crinkles and stuff, and this area here is quite dark, and there's a bit under there that's dark. But I'm not gonna even go with the black nowhere near it until I'm sort of moved more forward with this. I'm getting the eyes a bit better. we had a little disaster. I've got some. I had a bit of a thinner, and it sort of went dribbled down his face. I was like, oh God, damn you! But this is what it is. It's part of the process, isn't it? Here, the mouth needs a lot more work, but I just want to get some more fur down or lovely hair. I don't know if you can see this so well on the camera. I hope you can, because it's coming up really beautiful. And I did, like I said, I treated myself to a new needle for my lovely micron. Yes, see how long that lasts, everybody. Yeah, I'm the destructor of needles. Yes, and it's absolutely flowing beautifully. You know, I just love airbrushing. It's wonderful. If you've not had a go, you need to have a go. Go and get one and have a go, because it's absolutely fabulous. Ah, there we go. Yeah. And I always go to use something else. I'm using my HPC a lot, but I want to use my Infinity again. I mean, if that mod doesn't work, just having those two little O-rings, then I might even consider selling it. Oh my God. Because 99% of the time I use my HPC and I use this, but it is nice to have a third airbrush, and it is very fine. But I can get that detail with this lovely custom micron as well. So there's a darker area around here, so I don't want to go too much there, because that bit there should be dark. That area there. These are closed, so I'm not even looking at any reference here. I'm just adding folds in it. And clothing's good. It's got long flowy bits in there, and it just has the odd break that comes off, and you'll see this build up. It's my kind of style, doing that sort of like grimacy sort of lovely lines, lovely sort of sinewy kind of stuff, which I've started just inside his mouth a little bit there. And when I start pushing, because I feel like I'm actually pulling it out, pulling the picture out of the actual bonnet at the moment. So when we get to a point I think, okay, that's really bright, I've had enough of that now, I just want to add a bit of dark. I'm just going to get a lighter colour black, and then just lighter. How do you get a lighter colour black? And get some darkness, and I'm going to push it back a bit, and then we'll just work with it and see how we get on there. And this is kind of years of me messing around, sort of like figuring out how to do that. Watching lots of stuff on YouTube. Do it. There's loads of people on that are really cool. Yeah, so there's lots of people that can help. And in the end, it's sort of just getting up and doing it, isn't it? Let's have a look over here. So there's no real mad sharp edges in here apart from this area here, which I kind of want because I want it jaggedy. But with sharp edges come edges, you have to mask them somehow, which is fine. You can do that. Or that part of the if you do that with that part, you just roll the masking back a bit so you get a softer edge. I think I might have covered that in a couple of videos on. You should check some older ones out. If you've not watched me before, check some of the older videos out. There's I did a really good nice Venom many moons back, and then there's nice Alien. I think I showed people how to map out there, and that was going direct transfer from using digital sort of technology. It was a tablet. But there's different ways of doing it. Everyone has different ways, and some old school ways of doing it. But don't be afraid just to like sketch. Don't always have to be completely exact, you know what I mean? It's your style, your effort and what you're doing. It's quite pleasurable doing hair. You don't have to complete individual strands all the time. So a lot of it is filling. I'm just filling gaps with a bit of lightness like that. Not completely going, and this adding real fine. I remember watching a video once. This guy did this. There's an American chap. I love their custom stuff, and he was doing a wolf, I think, and he must have spent hours and hours doing the hair. But that's how you get the results. It's like the devil's in the detail. With a big image like this as well, the eye just sort of fills in. But to get this lovely texture, that takes time, and that's why art costs money. Now, how much is it worth? God knows. Right, I'm not one for that. That looks a bit weird, doesn't it? But I'm just going to fill that in just for a second, because I can always go back and yeah. So this bit here needs to be darker under here, but I'm not going to do that as yet. I made a bit of mistakes. That should be dark over here. It's got some grim. I'm going to make him grimace a bit more. And remember, if it doesn't work, we can paint over. It's not the end of the world. Really, it's not the end of the world. See how that's looking a bit better. Let's increase his nozzer. Nozzer! See, that's not quite right there. That needs filling a little bit. He's so furry. Well, I first started doing it a little bit like Chewbacca, but I suppose there's similar sort of face in some ways. They've got that sort of Chewbacca. Oh, I can't do it. But you know, you've got to have your take on it as well. Don't always think, oh, I've got to be exact. Has to be totally exact. It doesn't. As long as it's taking your take on it, it's fine. And I think people worry too much about that. So it's very pleasurable, just building and slowly adding those textures. I don't know if you can see still there. I'll move my hand out of the way. Start to get there, isn't it? Right. I'm going to crack on some more. Let's add some up here. I might need some more paint here. Need some more paint. I'm using Inspire or custom paints, and this is just a base white. It's reduced quite down. I have in my little bottle there. I've told you before, little bottles, and I have different grades of different colours. Well, greys actually, more light greys, darker greys. It looks a bit manky in there, doesn't it? Yeah, so there's different types. I sort of grade it down a bit. I got this tip off another airbrush artist on YouTube. Can't remember his name, but he's quite famous, another American. But one of my favourite ones was Craig Fraser. I remember watching him and think that inspired me to start doing it. So check him out. He's old school, but his techniques are just fabulous, yeah. So check him out. It gives you that inspiration to do something yourself, then that's what we want, isn't it? Okay, cool. Let's go down. Add some texture down. So I need more paint. I'm not putting it in. Okay, a couple of drops in it. This is already reduced, so it's quite thin. It has to be for the custom micron. It doesn't like thick paint. And any white, any opaque, like black and white, they're always a bugger. So just got to persevere, people. Reduce and reduce and reduce until it goes the way you want it, and that's just really experience. I'm just going to bubble it up. Bubble, bubble. So I'm not going to go on for ages doing this. I just thought I'd introduce the bonnet and where we're at, and I'm going to work on it. Then I'll show you some odd little sections as we go. I might do another video on just doing this sort of cloak down here and this cloak down here, and then we'll do some detail work around the eyes. So yeah, so this is just really a short video. I can't speak. Short video just to show my appreciation for everyone out there, and I hope you have an awesome weekend and that you're more inspired to go and do stuff. Thank you for watching. I will keep you informed, and I will do some more on this, and I'll do a longer video next time, so hopefully you'll watch it and you won't get too bored. Like I said, Taylor Swift, you might have 3 million people watching you, but I remember I've none, but now I've got nearly, I think, 450. Or is it 350? Don't matter. You're all awesome, every single one of you. If you like me, like and subscribe. If you don't bother. I'm not arse, so it's all right. If you saw my face, I apologise. I have to hide. I'm on Interpol. No, I'm not. Right. See you later, everyone. Have a great weekend. This is Dark Art Pro. Check me out on Facebook if you want. Follow me if you like that, or on Instagram on there. Cheers, everyone. Thanks very much. Have a nice weekend. Bye.